Welcome back, Nerd Squad. My name is Destroya, and this is Top 10 Nerd. As the Venom movie draws near, we are taking bets on which characters are gonna make appearances. There are some we already know, like, Venom. But there are a ton of other symbiotes out there, and we are just scratching the surface of these strange extraterrestrial beings. So let's take a look at the top 10 facts about Poison, a character who may have a shot at making an appearance. In the number 10 spot, he is another Peter Parker. It's not really a big surprise based on what this video is about, but just so we're all on the same page here, Poison is just another version of Peter Parker. He is what could have happened had Peter rejected his inner spider, the other's offering of reborn power. Nothing like a good old dose of poison to get you through an incomplete metamorphosis. Next in number 9, he is a Clintar. The Clintar are a race of symbiotic aliens who feed off their hosts and grant the host certain reprehensible powers. That's right, these guys are the symbiotes. You may be familiar with Venom and Carnage already. Poison is the same story, different day. So like all symbiotes, he's got a weakness to flame and sonic booms. And just like all symbiotes, he's got tendrils and stingers and webs to make defeat all the more difficult. Coming in at number 8, we got another Poison. Here's where things get tricky, when we have characters by the same name. Truth be told, this Poison was around much earlier than Peter's version. Her name is Cecilia Cardinal, and she allowed an alien warrior, not a symbiote, to bond with her in order to prevent death from a fatal illness. She wasn't used very much in comics, but she was a Hydra brainwashed agent for a while, until she was put out of her misery. In the number 7 spot is one other Poison. Yes, I'm asking the same question. With all the names out there, why reuse the same one multiple times for completely different characters? Well, actually, this one was a lot closer to Peter Parker's version. This version in the Ultimate Universe was Wolverine's son, Jimmy Hudson, who was bonded to a symbiote out of the Poison Hive. A Poison with claws and Wolverine attitude was not fun for the X-Men to deal with. Up at number 6, he thinks being called Venom is an insult. Back to our Peter Parker version here, you would think being compared to one of its brethren wouldn't be so triggering. However, when Mary Jane referred to this reborn Peter Parker as Venom, the thing spat that Venom was a loser who never realized his potential. Yeah, Venom, that total loser. Coming in at number 5, we have how he refers to himself. A small thing to note about Poison is that when he speaks, he fully refers to himself as I, rather than we, as many of the symbiote bonded hosts do. This is most likely to indicate that he is permanently bonded with the symbiote and there is no reversal. So much for a symbiotic relationship. I thought both parts were supposed to share. Next up at number 4, we got the unlockable costume. Here's a fun tip for you guys that play Spider-Man Edge of Time. The Poison suit is an unlockable costume in the game for the Spider-Man 2099 character. All you gotta do is type in the code INNERSPIDER and you will be good to go. You're welcome. Up next at number 3, he can reanimate dead bodies. At one point, Poison asked Mary Jane if she would share in his wonderful gift, something she rejected right away. She said she would rather die. But that was no problem to Poison because he can reanimate the dead. How convenient. He apparently does this by bonding the dead body with the symbiote, which is a little odd considering symbiotes have previously not been able to feed off dead flesh, as demonstrated by Edward Brock of Earth 2149, who turned into a zombie and killed its symbiote. In the number 2 spot, we have who he brought back. So with this super fun ability, Poison brought back another squeeze when Mary Jane turned down his offer. He brought back Gwen Stacy instead. Just had to share his love, didn't he? And by bonding to the symbiote, she seemed to resemble Carnage a lot more than Poison. Not that he seemed to care, she was the perfect companion. And finally, in the number 1 spot is his biggest fear. We know that Poison shares a common weakness to fire and sonic attack, but there's one thing he may be more afraid of: Mary Jane. When she finally said, okay, let's share the symbiote, she also said she was gonna make his life a living hell. And you know what? It worked. Poison left her alone after that. Never underestimate the scariness of an angry redhead. So those were the top 10 Poison facts. Let me know in the comments section down below who you want facts on next. My name is Destroya. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another nerdy list.